You know what time it is. Make sure y'all click that link down there. Get over to Patreon. We got some fire today. We're gonna be talking about this banned Argentinian beef from Argentina had been detected, by China, I believe, with a banned antibiotic in it, and so yeah, they selling Argentina selling all that tainted beef, and Donald Trump wants to bring it to the United States and sell it for 25% under the market price. I mean, what is this man doing? See, but you got to understand, why did they ban Argentina out of there? I mean, just bail Argentina. How much money did they put down there on them? 20 billion? Yeah, they banned them out of there for about 20. I keep saying ban, but uh, uh, they gave them a $20 billion relief, economic relief. you know. And so Donald Trump trying to get some money. He about to sell Argentina. He done bought Argentina. That's really what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Just like he did Venezuela. He's colonizing. If you watch Donald Trump is colonizing South America. That's what he's doing. That's all he's doing. Venezuela, he getting the oil. Argentina, you starting with the beef, and so he gonna sell it for 20. He got it for free. He got the shit for free. Believe it. He got that shit for free. They ain't getting no money off of that. He gonna sell all of that. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever he make off of it, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna go to his treasury. That's gonna go to his treasury. But he's gonna undercut the American farmer. How you gonna do some shit like that? 25%? And you wanna get this tainted meat off? And should nobody buy none of that shit. That shit should rot right there on the shelf. Let it rot. And hopefully they got the USDA make sure that they mark, put some stickers on where that's from. That people is aware that that tainted Argentina beef full of all type of banned antibiotics. And I heard it was talking about what it do to you too. So you got to be careful. You don't get none of that Argentina beef, because that shit had some serious side of. That's why the antibiotic that they was using was banned, and China didn't buy nothing. Matter of fact, took Argentina beef off off they import list. They don't even import out of Argentina because you're doing too much. Yeah, y'all doing too much. Y'all trying to have them big ass, what they call it, steroid beef and shit. Big ass cows, head too big to be on their body and shit. Goddamn cows falling over in the pasture because they done swole up so big. Chickens and shit. They three months old and so goddamn big they can't even stand up. Can't even walk. Motherfucker just sit still and wait till somebody come and chop his head off and put him in a bag and sell his ass to Walmart or Kroger's or some damn body. So this is what they doing, all for the need, and a lot of people don't understand that a lot of this shit that you eat, it ain't even fully matured. It ain't even fully mature. They blow these goddamn, and these chickens don't even be fully grown chickens. Them motherfuckers be about 3-4 months, 5 months, and they done swole them up and shit, and they send them right on into the damn, ready to be eaten. Full of all type of steroid, full of all type of antibiotics and all that. Fucking up your brain. And niggas love it. All they do is fry it and put that hot sauce on it. Give a nigga 2 biscuits and a hot pepper, and nigga go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Get him a corn on the cob and and you know how they gonna come with all the sauce and shit, come with all the, they gonna drench it in, and when you eat it, you ain't even thinking about what's up under there. That's how they do it. That's one way that it gets you get your ass and dip it in a whole lot of sauce. And that's what you niggas gonna do. Y'all gonna get that barbecue and go and get you some, and so keep it all. And matter of fact, make sure you have to keep your shit organic as best you can. Yeah, mad cow disease. You got to keep your shit organic, and you probably have to even, you have to study it, man. You got to make sure that you got some pasture raised beef. Make sure you got you some pasture raised beef. None of them damn antibiotics or none of that shit, cause that shit is going into the brain, and the results is devastating. But again, we see that Donald Trump is on an imperialistic operation, and I mean, this is the Americas, and I don't think he gonna let nobody benefit from the Americas. He gonna colonize that, and I think they got a doctrine, the Monroe Doctrine, that says that anyway, that they not letting no foreign adversaries come to the Western Hemisphere on nothing. That's why they went down there to the Panama Canal and shit like that, and they intend on, at this point, running the Western Hemisphere. And that may be their backdrop, as they lose power over, or it seems to be they losing power over there in the Persian Gulf, over in the East, they losing some power, and it seemed to be that way. I can't say for sure, because when it comes to this political thing, it'll shift back and forth, and so one day it'll look like, oh yeah, they falling, and the next day they'll be digging in somebody's ass winning. So you had to judge this shit day by day. But every empire, comes to an end. Where they ain't at their peak. They ain't at their peak. Some nations peak, they fall back, and they peak again. China has been the number one country more than one time in the world. And yeah. Yeah, he's a Nazi. He act like a Nazi. He act like Hitler. Just like him. And yeah, I know his family Germans and shit. He think just like Hitler. But, China peaked many times. I think China have been the number one nation in the world at least three times. At least three times. And it was probably in the top 3 or 4 nations, more than that. So some nations stay in the thick of shit, all the time. Black power. That black power to my family out there. Yeah. So just be careful out there, man, and just see the agenda. And I'm telling you that that's what it is. He done bought Argentina. He done bought them. He said, I'm gonna pay y'all ticket, and and I'm getting such and such, for that. So he paid them off and shit, and that probably gonna go a long way for them. But the shit he gonna get up out of Argentina, man, is gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, man. This man is setting. I don't know if he intend on the United States benefiting at all. I don't know. Maybe he do. Maybe he think he can benefit and the United States can benefit. Maybe he think he can. I don't know. We'll see. That's gonna be in the end card. It ain't gonna be for black people. I'm just talking about for America in general. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you got to watch all that shit. Lettuce too. That shit'll have all type of shit on it. You know what I'm saying? You some shit you just got to grow yourself. That's all you got to take. You got to grow. If it's easy to grow the shit yourself and maintain your food, man. Cause Other than that, these people's is not clean at all. And when it comes to mass production, anything that's mass production, you know, at some point in time, they ain't gonna be giving a fuck how that shit, you know, it's gonna be some get it in, you know, get it in. Get that shit in and work and pack that shit up. And he said he still watched from 2014. Oh, I got some powerful shit. If I drop down today, you know what I'm saying? Man, you gonna be like them, you know what I'm saying? I'm Darth Vader, you know what I'm saying? Where I was, and I was, you know, I was at a, you know, I was on fire. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I crash niggas cranium today. I appreciate you though. Say 125th. Ooh, I appreciate y'all being here, man. McDevils, yeah, yeah, McMurder burgers. You can't be eating them McMurder burgers. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, McDonald's used to have real beef. Back in the day. I remember the hamburgers, I'm talking about, man, back in the 80s. They were still selling real beef. You know what I'm saying? But now today, a McDonald's hamburger from back then to today is nigga. Nigga. Don't do yourself like that. Anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all click make sure y'all click that link down there, Patreon, General Seti, Etsy, One Stop, and I'll be black in a minute. Boom, black pop.